I'm Angie Ellington, and welcome to Southern Sass Chats. My guest today is a wonderful mom, busy corporate lady. She's a wife. She lives in Chi-Town. I had to say that. And she's a huge fan of Hallmark and romance movies in general. And she has even made a few of her own little mini reenactments for a favorite mystery series. Please welcome Aiden Harmston. Hi, Aiden.
Angie, hey, how
How
you
are
doing?
you?
I'm good. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. So I forgot I had a tanning appointment today at Spray Tan, and it's not going to come out for a few hours. But I literally just got back about 20 minutes ago, so there's no makeup and kind of a
You look good.
gym t-shirt. So I didn't
You
have
look
time to
good.
try to do
Hey,
anything.
I'm under fluorescence, so it can't get worse than that.
So are you having a good day so far?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's summer. Summer's rough.
Yeah,
Summer's
it's
rough.
so hot. It's been so hot here. Oh my gosh. Oof. And interestingly, my first two guests are both from the Chicago area. So,
Really?
are you familiar with Audio Ring of Hungry for Hallmark?
Just a little bit. A little bit.
Well, she was my guest yesterday, and I was thinking she was somewhere around the Chicago area too. And so, yeah, that was confirmed yesterday. So I thought that was very interesting. I was like, I'm speaking with two people this week from Chicago. So you guys are representing.
That's great. Keep it up. Keep it
Yeah.
up.
All right, so we're going to hop on in. And first question I have for you is you're a fan of the romance genre. I'm sure thrillers, etc. Do you read books more or watch movies more?
Watch movies. Watch movies for sure. I like the rom-com. I like the rom-com genre, right?
Yeah.
And I've been watching Hallmark, right? And those type of movies, the sweet romance movies for like I don't even know how I knew the Hallmark Channel existed, but it's at least a decade, right? I
Yeah.
was trying to think when did I start watching that channel? It's been a long time, like way back before it was a thing to watch Hallmark Channel.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I even remember the first DVD I bought, the first Hallmark DVD.
Hmm.
It was a movie called How to Fall in Love, okay, which probably no one has ever seen. This was probably like a decade ago.
Is that with Brooke
But I loved
Marseille?
it so much I bought it. Yes,
Okay. I had, and Eric Mabius.
so good.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, I remember
I
that.
love I love that movie so much. I'd watch it every time it was on, and I bought it, back in the day. That was like my very first purchase. But movies like that, they're very sweet. Or like Bridal Wave. Did you ever see Bridal Wave back in the day?
Andrew Walker
Andrew
and
Walker. I mean,
Ariel
those
Pebble.
those exactly. You know it. Um, but
I love
that's
that.
that's how I sort of got into it, right? These sweet, like so totally unexpected movies. I just sort of stumbled upon the channel. I'm like, these are fun, these are sweet.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah,
We're taking it back
it's
to
good, it's
like
good stuff.
2012-ish range right there. And that's,
That's old, man.
yeah. And it's funny because
A
I'll
long
watch
time
like
ago.
Sweet Home Alabama or some of my other favorites, and they're much further back than that. But yet for Hallmark, it's like, oh, that's 10 years ago. That's forever ago. But yet Sweet Home Alabama, I'm like, oh, that's not old. So
I
old.
know.
Hallmark has just changed so much over the years with the different things that they air. Sometimes it's sweet romance, sometimes they've gone into like time travel and they've got mysteries. So I mean they've really expanded storytelling over the years in different formats. But I still just love like a good big fan of like 2017, 2018 rom-coms that are very seasonally themed that fall in line with what I write, like the fall into love and spring into love or fall harvest and spring into love,
Oh yeah.
summer nights and all of those things. I love themes, so those always speak to me.
Well, I mean, you're right. Hallmark has gone into other things, but the rom-com is their like bread and butter, right? That's what got me into it. And then, as they've expanded, I've sort of tried, and, saw what I liked and didn't. But the rom-com is the thing, right?
Yeah.
The rom-com is what they're good at.
That's
Um,
yeah, I love their rom-coms too. I have tried a few mysteries, and we're gonna get to a mystery that you like, I know, in a minute. But I know we have some wonderful bloggers who talk about the mysteries like Eric and Andrea with their Hallmark mysteries and more. But I'm kind of leaning towards the rom-com side and the sweet romance side because it's what I write. And of
yeah,
course,
yeah, I was about to say that's the type of books you write.
yeah.
And so I read one of your books. Autumn at Apple Hill. I know. I know. So I read that like earlier this year, Autumn at Apple Hill. And then I knew there was a movie. And so I watched the movie. So I read your book first and then I watched the movie after. And then I know. It was really good. It was a really good book.
Very
And
different.
then the Spring and Lilac Glen, which I swear I've been reading for like 3 months, but I really haven't because I lost the book, right? Like I put it down and misplaced it.
Oh
So anyway, I recently found it and picked it back up. So I'm in the middle of your Spring and Lilac Glen. But they're sweet books, that's what I'm drawn to.
yeah,
Um
me too.
oh, and then I know, and then I don't know. You're gonna have to tell me the names of them. But I've also got your other two. The
My
first
Polaha
two in
Bay
your
books.
Carlisle. Yeah, the first two in your series, and I like that too. I like movies or I like series. Movies series like Hallmark does sometimes. I
Hmm.
also like book series.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to start yours. I haven't started it yet, but I've
Oh,
got them, Angie. I've got your book 1 and 2
I
of
love it.
your Carlisle Bay.
I
Like
love
just
it.
waiting, just waiting for me to start them.
Love it. And I swear I didn't pay her to talk me up here.
No, 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 you had no idea, but that's what we're here to talk about. It's fun, the rom-com material is what I
Yeah.
enjoy as well. It's your thing and it's my thing.
Yeah, I actually have a third book, like my outline for that story. I'm a pantser, so I write kind of off the like cuff or whatever. But I did come up with what I wanted to do for a third book in that series. Because that was actually pitched as a television series before. And so I kind of came up with what I would do for a third book if it went forward so they'd have some more to go with as well. So, I'd love to see that circle back, maybe be a couple of movies, maybe even get pitched again somewhere as a TV series. But
That'd be
yeah,
awesome.
that would be awesome. All right. So when you read romance, I think you pretty much just answered this question, but I'm going to ask it
Okay.
anyway. Do you prefer your romance with heat or just with the sweet?
Heat versus sweet. That's a cute question. I mean, I like clean romance. I like clean movies. I'm just here to have a good time, right? I don't want to be shocked or have to like skip a page or something like that.
Yeah.
Life is complicated enough, so I want, you know, I want to be able to enjoy what I'm reading and not be worried about like what I'm reading. So, yeah, definitely the sweeter side, which
I
again
say,
is what you write. So that works like for
yeah,
my taste.
I try to say I write low heat, high sparks. So like there's a lot of chemistry building that I try to do without having to do a lot of like open door scenes and that kind of thing. I try to
Well,
like
you know what you
track it.
do. Yeah, you know what you do. You do a lot of like peppy and zesty dialogue. You do a lot of that,
Oh, thank
and
you.
that's fun and that's flirty. And so that's the type of thing I like. I like flirty. I don't like
Sexy.
going
Yeah.
really far in that direction.
Flirty is fabulous. That's what I like too. So,
Yeah,
Aiden, you're a busy mom. You've got 3 kids and you work full
yeah,
time and
yeah.
you're married. How do you find balance? Like, what's something you do to just like if it's 30 minutes a day, there's something you have to do for yourself to kind of like find your center or your balance again.
Yeah, Angie, I am so freaking busy. Like I'm busy from the second I get up, the second I go to sleep. I don't know. I don't have any good advice for anybody out there about balance. Most days I'm just trying to survive, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, there are a couple things that I do that are just for myself that are very important, and one of them is working out. So
I
I
knew
do
you did
that.
that. So
I, do you work out?
I knew you were gonna
Um,
that you did that. And I was gonna
yeah,
because I've seen you post pictures from a treadmill
from
out your
from the
window or
gym.
something like that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And I I should be working out. I have in the past. My husband's really big into it, and I need to get back into it. So you need to keep posting things like that to motivate me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't do it often, but I'm consistent. I do it these certain 3 days a week, right? These days, it's always going to happen. And it is a huge help to me. Like it's really hard. Like I have a lot going on. And I've never really worked out before. And I'm not doing anything serious either. I'm just doing half an hour of elliptical, right?
Yeah,
It's nothing crazy, but it helps tremendously. It really
it helps
helps me.
mental clarity. It helps
It helps
everything.
me. I'm not even worried about like the physical. It's all mental, right? It's the balance. So I do that. That's a priority to me. I started that about a year ago. And then I also, when you said like 30 minutes, chunk of time, it's hard to find. But you know what I do? I have my AirPods,
Uh-huh.
right? I got my AirPods in my pocket with me at all times, and I'll pop them in and take 5 minutes here and there. So like any chance I get, I'll take. So if I'm walking somewhere, I'll pop it in and listen to music. Sometimes I'll even like turn my like whatever show I'm binging. I'll just have that on audio. But I have them, but I pop it in. I pop it in 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 7 minutes.
Yeah.
If I'm doing this, doing that, walking here, walking there. So I get tiny little bits of just enjoyment time to
Yeah.
myself because I don't have 2 hours every day to,
So you're
do
spacing
whatever
it
I
out.
want.
Yeah.
So I
Spacing it
take it.
out.
I take it. I take it. I guess it's like micro times,
Yeah.
tiny little times.
Yeah.
So
Little micro minutes or something. Yeah.
micro minutes.
That's what I'm going to
Yeah,
call it now. Micro minutes. I know there's an actual term for it that I'm not thinking of,
it
but yeah,
probably
I mean,
is.
that's what moms, and even if you're not a mom, like I'm super busy all the time too, and you want to find those things that give you joy and some pleasure, or just a few minutes of mental clarity. And like sometimes I will listen to an audiobook, or I even listen to like meditation music sometimes, just to kind of unwind and try to lower my
Uh,
blood pressure or something if I'm stressed. Anything to just calm me, or read some like prayer or meditation words, anything that will speak to me for how I'm feeling to help calm
right.
me. So, I mean, it's really hard to find time, I can imagine, for you. But I knew that you worked out, and then you take your lunch breaks and you go for walks and stuff. So you're getting that fresh air feeling that needs to come out, even if it's in Chicago. You're getting to see
I
some
know.
beautiful
Even if
things.
it's
That's amazing.
yeah. Well, also on the train. So I get like 20 minutes on the train to myself. But that's what I'm saying. Just like moments. It'll be moments throughout the day. It's not necessarily going to be a big old like mani pedi or anything like that. That's not happening.
You need that too, though. Every now and then, I need that.
I
Of
know. I
course,
should.
now I'm
I
picturing,
should.
there are two songs coming to mind all of a sudden as we're talking, and one is Manic Monday, just another Manic Monday,
Yeah.
and On the Downtown Train by Rod Stewart. So now all of a sudden I've got
Oh
like
yeah, that's a good one.
these two songs just popped in my head for you, where it's just like you started your day and your end of your day, just like busy and then a little bit calming for your
Yeah.
train ride
Well,
home.
now that I'm thinking about it, another thing that I do, which you alluded to a minute ago, I like making edits. So reels. So that's also me time, because that's fun and that's creative and that energizes me.
Yeah,
And so I do that. I do that also in small moments, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there.
those are so
But I
fun.
really enjoy that.
Those are
I really
fun.
enjoy it.
And I'm going to circle back to those two in a minute because I'm going to ask you about your favorite actor and lead into that in just 1 second, but I'm going to ask you something else first.
Mm.
Since you are a mom, because I do know that I have a lot of moms and stuff who listen, so I asked Audra these questions yesterday too. Do you have anything that you like to make for your family that's easy? Is it whether it just be popping in a pizza, or do you have like any type of favorite little thing, if it's a special macaroni and cheese or something, something easy that you like to give your kids and your family during a hectic work week?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's usually sheet pan dinners. Although
Yeah,
usually
sheet
those are
pan.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I usually do that on the weekends because they almost take more time to prep than to bake. But anyway, you cut up vegetables,
Mhm.
right? Like broccoli, cauliflower, and then like cubes of chicken. And then you put it all. I have a gigantic like baking sheet that's not
Mhm.
the normal size. It's like it's as big as the oven because I'm a family of five. So that goes in and that's always a hit. And luckily my kids are not picky at all. Like if I deign to cook, they'll eat it
That's
because I don't cook
awesome.
very often. So if there's any kind of cooked food in the house, they'll eat it. But we're basic. We do lots of rice and chicken and vegetable dishes, rice, chicken, vegetables, or sheet pan stuff. You know,
Yeah,
chicken vegetables.
that's awesome.
um, so
Because
we do a lot of that.
that's what, and those are things some people they don't think about. They're like, what can I make tonight? And like I'm sitting here thinking now, I need to make a sheet pan of something for my
Sheet
husband. And
pans are
he's not a
awesome.
big vegetable person,
Mm.
but I can find a couple things that he will eat, and I need to eat it because I need to start eating healthier. So I need to make myself some sheet pan stuff. It's really good. Yeah, so that's amazing. And
Mm.
that's so chicken and rice. I'm all day long. I love chicken and rice. Throw some
I know.
cheese on it
I
or
know.
something, and maybe a little um some light. I use like Mrs. Dash type seasonings and stuff, and then I try to throw in like a can of cream of mushroom or something like low sodium,
Yeah.
just to give it something in
Yeah.
there. And that's one of the things that my husband does love. And then I make like a Tex-Mex in the winter and fall that is just like two things that he really likes. And I'm not much of a cook. So
Yum.
it's like I can do two things really well. That's about it.
Good for you.
All right. So moving on to um, Hallmark and channels like Hallmark, like Great American and Up TV, Lifetime, all the things. Who would you say is your favorite actor from the small screen who may have also been on the big screen? He may have been in something that's been in the theaters as well. So would it be a female actor or a male actor or one of each?
Angie.
Well, I know the answer.
I know, I know, I know. So I'm a huge Christopher Polaha fan. He's my favorite actor, like Hallmark or not. Um, he's wonderful. He's wonderful. I first saw him in Mystery 101. Didn't know who he was before that. And I was just like, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Like, holy cow, totally captivating on screen. And so, I looked him up, started following it. I'm like, yeah, this guy's the real deal.
Yeah, he is A-list all the way. He's definitely a top-notch actor. I don't think he can make a bad movie.
No, no, I agree with you.
And then you got
Impossible.
into, and you weren't really even a mystery fan. So then you got into Mystery 101. And I'm kind of the same. Like Mystery 101 is one of the only mystery series that I've watched. And as you know, I haven't watched the last one because of I know the bad things that happen. So I haven't watched it. But you know, it speaks to his acting and Jill's because she's amazing also that they brought you into that world when that wasn't really your jam at first.
I don't think I'd ever watched Hallmark Mystery before. I don't think I knew that was a thing. It was just sort of a stumble. It was a stumble upon, sort of an accident. Um, that I started watching Mystery 101, and I was just like, holy cow, it was so good.
Yeah.
Um,
Their
And yeah,
chemistry, so good.
I know the chemistry is insane. That's what makes the show. That's what makes the show. The chemistry is so good. Christopher
Casting
Polaha
is
and Jill Wagner.
everything.
And, like I said, Polaha, when he's on screen, I can't take my eyes off him. Same thing with Jill Wagner. I kid you not. When she's on screen in the series, Mystery 101, I can't take my eyes off her. She's just so good. She's so good in that. So yeah, their acting really elevates that mystery series. So Mystery 101 is definitely a favorite, if not the top, show
Yeah.
that I've ever seen. I love it.
And they were great in Pearl in Paradise first. I think
Oh
that's why
yeah.
Hallmark saw the chemistry between them and said, yeah, we have to do more with these two. They were just so good. It reminded me of like the scene
Were.
romancing the stone and
Oh, totally.
so I
Yeah,
loved it.
totally.
And you've been to some of the Chautauquas, Polaha Chautauquas, and with Chris. And what is that like? What do you guys
Hmm.
do when you meet up?
Yeah, well, good job on pronouncing it. You did awesome.
Oh, yay.
Um, I remember seeing, I know, I remember, no, Angie, I remember seeing that word, like when I first became a fan, and I remember seeing the word, on Instagram, like written. I'm like, what in the world? Chicky Chaka? Yeah. So yeah, Chris does, they're sort of like, they're sort of like meet and greets with a meaning. Anyway, he's a super sweet guy. Super like giving, and really talks about himself, his family, his faith, which I really admire about him, because I have a hard time doing that. I'm just like a more reserved person. But anyway, he has these chautauquas where he will get into some, personal, thoughts and feelings. And so, what did he do? Last year, he did one in Nashville. And then this year, he also did another one in Nashville. And yeah, I went to both of them. I went to last year's and I went to this year's. And it's just, it's a group of Polaha fans, and it's a more intimate setting. It's a more casual meet and greet type thing. And he talks to the group, and then he'll talk to small groups, and then he'll talk to everybody individually. Um, they're wonderful. It's really wonderful to sort of admire an actor and then actually get to meet them.
And they're
That's
everything
like,
that you
it's not.
hope because not always that's not always the case. So for him to be
Yeah, I
as
mean,
nice as you wanted him to
Chris is
be,
great. Yeah, I mean, he's wonderful, right? He's a real gentleman, a great guy.
yeah. And I
So
see that he
his
comments
his
back
his
to you and
meets,
things too.
yeah, I mean, yeah, he's he's got it. He's got
You're
it
buddies
going. But
now.
he does a good job, reaching out to fans. He was just at the Christmas in a Small Town, right? In Georgia, which, you can't go to everything. Can't go to
Yeah,
everything.
can't go to everything. I'm sure you
But,
would if you
he
could.
does. I know. I would if I could. But, I'm a super fan of Polaha's. He's great. He's
Yeah,
he's a great actor, which is what drew me to him in the first place. And then turns out he's a great guy. So I'm like, whoa, bonus.
yeah.
But it's a real treat. It's a real treat to, whether it's a con or his chautauquas, which are more focused and intimate, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's great to meet. It's great to meet people that you know
Aren't ashamed
you
of their
admire,
faith or
and
anything either.
actors that you enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Because not sometimes they always say don't meet your heroes. And I
I
lived in
know.
Wilmington for a long time and I've met many actors while I was living there, whether it be actually meeting them or just being within proximity and seeing how they interacted. And not everyone is as great as you want them to be, but everyone they're at work and they have bad days like anyone else does. But yeah, there are people who aren't always as friendly in person as they come across. And sometimes people who play like the meanest characters can be the nicest actors. For an example, Paul Johansson from One Tree Hill. And he's been in a
Oh,
Hallmark
yeah.
movie. Yeah,
I know who that is.
Paul played Dan Scott. It was just like an awful character, played so well by Paul. And I met him, and he had been on a jog downtown. He was drenched in sweat, and he still was like kind and stopped and took a picture. I didn't even ask. My friend went and asked him. She's like, "Oh, will you come take a picture with Angie? She, she worked on One Tree Hill last week as background, and she said that day we couldn't take pictures, but she wished she had one with you." And he's like, "Yeah." And he waited outside for me to come from where I was in the store, took a picture, was super nice, talked with us for
Mhm.
a while, and he was just so down to earth and kind. And everyone who worked with him said he was just amazing, but yet he played such a bad character. So,
Yeah, well, goes his acting ability, huh?
yeah, yeah, it's always nice when you meet actors who are really kind, and especially that you have can build like that friendship with, like you have with Chris. And so you've even gone into making your own little like reenactment mini scenes using Funko Pop dolls. Tell us about that.
Okay. So yeah, when I first got into sort of the fandom, right? Um, one of my what one of the fans who now is a dear friend of mine made custom Funko Pops of various characters, right? And so I from her I bought the Funko Pops, like the Chris Funko Pop and the Jill Funko Pop, right? And
So cute.
then yeah, yeah. And we were sort of playing around with them at a book signing that Chris was at, right? This is way back, maybe three years ago. Anyway, so we got these Funko Pops, and we were sort of like role playing, ha ha ha, doing some funny things with them, made some skits with them, and then I took them home, and I thought, wouldn't it be fun? Wouldn't it just be fun to take this a little further and like do a scene, a full like production scene? So yeah, that was a kick. I did that for each movie of Mystery 101. I did a scene, right? With my own, special twist on it. But I've also, in addition to that, I also um, make sort of skits from Chris's movies. So, like Biltmore, for example, I made a reel, right, for Biltmore. I did it
Amazing movie.
for the Christmas Quest too. I've done it for 4 or 5 of his Hallmark movies. And yeah, they're movies. I make my movie after he releases his movie.
So funny.
But
So
it's a lot of fun. and
oh,
and
that's
yeah, they're
amazing.
fun, they're funny, they're
And you're
like
using
I said
their
before,
voices
it's like
and stuff. It's so fun.
oh yeah, I've got some skills, Angie. I can make things,
Right.
which is shocking because go back like 3 years or so, I'd never edited a photo. I had no idea what anything was, right? I didn't know how to do anything, and here I am, making these little movies.
You're a
But
filmmaker.
it's a great, I mean, legit,
Yep, I should
legit.
have
These
introduced
are
you as
these are little
filmmaker
films.
Aiden Harmston.
They're little films.
That's right. So fun. They are so cute too.
And
I love
I
watching
love it.
those.
Yeah.
And moving from Mystery 101, which, so sad to see that have ended and not come back. But of course, Chris and Jill did their own, FaceTime or Zoom live or whatever to share with everyone their thoughts on what would happen. So we're just going to live in that land that things worked out, like John Christian Plummer was saying too. They had the plan, so we're going to pretend everything ended well. And although they still should do a final, um,
They should. They
they really
should.
should. They really should come
It,
back and just do one more movie just to at least end it the right way. So I know a lot of people would be very happy about that. But if outside of that, if you were to see a pairing on any of the channels, so it can be actors that you have seen anywhere, who may not have even been in Hallmark lately, or anywhere else that you may watch. But who would you like to see paired? Who are some a couple of pairings that you would like to see for a romance movie?
Well, Polaha's going to be the lead.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Um,
Chris with anybody.
so yeah, I mean, it has to be a movie with Chris and Jill. Let's get them back together. We're not getting that final movie from Hallmark for Mystery 101, but they can do another project, right? So
Hmm.
Chris and Jill in another project, I'd
That's right.
love to see that. I'd love to see it. I'd love to see Chris and Joy back together. So, Biltmore was such a good movie, such a hit, right?
Yeah, loved
Um,
it.
let's see them back together for a sequel. Because how that ended with Polaha's character like thrust into the modern world, right? So
Hmm.
now he's in the modern world, and that'd be a lot of fun, like fish out of water movie.
Yeah,
So they should
and I
make
love
that.
Joy Lynn.
I know I love Joy Lynch. She's so excellent. Um, I'd love to see Polaha with Sandra Bullock. I'd love to see Polaha with Scarlett Johansson. Um, you know, I'd love to see him with Halle Berry. I'd love to see him. You know, I'd love to see him with any of those
I think he would love
amazing
any of those
ladies.
pairings. I
I
don't know that any
know.
of those would make it to the TV movie world because of budget, but I do love those
Nope,
pairings.
that'd be a big screen movie. Those would be
Yeah,
big
those would be
screen
big
movies.
screen. Yeah, for sure. Wonderful.
But
Um,
um,
who was
but
your favorite female actress on any of the channels outside of Jill? Because we know we've got the Jill and Chris love for everything there. Who would
I
be
know
two
I
others?
do.
Huh?
So Joy Lenz, I love her.
Yeah.
Um, I, I love Eloise Mumford. She's an OG too. I saw her in Hallmark way back. She did a Christmas movie. I want to say like 10 years ago. So just in time, or just in time for Christmas.
Hmm.
Um, it was so good. I'm like, she's another one that when I watch on screen, I'm just captivated.
Yes.
I love, I love Eloise Mumford.
Yes.
Um,
I do too. Is there another guy? I know another one of the Hall Star guys that you.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I like a lot of them. Sam Page is great. Brandon Elliott is great.
I wrote a book with Sam Page
Um,
in
you
mine.
know,
Love him.
what?
I wrote a
Oh, I
book
know.
with Sam Page in mine. He was my.
You
I
did.
wrote
I,
Dancing by the
hey,
Moonlight
tell
with
me, you
Brady
have to tell me. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, I've got
at
that
the
one. I've got
time.
that one
At
at
the
home.
time, yeah.
It's one of the ones I haven't read yet.
Yeah. And I kind of think of Eloise Mumford for the book too as Lauren because she had short blonde hair, and I could see her in that role too. But there's so
Okay.
many different ones. Yeah. There's so many good ones though, right? As I did see Sam Page
There's
is going to
there's
be in
so
a
many
Christmas
there's
movie. Did you see that?
you know what? I'm such a loser. I haven't even watched Sam Page did a Christmas movie last year and I haven't watched it. But I think I'm a fan of his. I think he's great. So I need to catch up.
Yeah, he's going to be in Homes for Christmas or something. I think it's like real estate involved, maybe with Cindy Busby for Great American Family. I saw they were filming that right now.
Oh,
So he works with
okay.
multiple networks and different places. I watched him on The Bold Type a few years ago. That show was a little bit stronger for some of the things in it for me. But there were some great Hallmark appearances. Sam Page was there, and Dan Jeanette or Jeanette was
Oh, he's
there.
great too.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a favorite of mine. I like him a
yeah.
lot.
They called
You
him
know what's
Pinstripe on the show
funny? Aw,
because he always wore pinstripe
I
suits.
binged. Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind. I'm always looking for new shows to binge. It takes me a long time to binge, but I get through them. But I binged Castle like a year ago.
Yeah, my husband and I love Castle.
Polaha's in Castle in the last season. So I'm like, I'm
There's
gonna
so
binge
many people
Castle.
that pop up in these.
That
Aaron Cahill.
so many. I had a running list. I might have even stopped because there were just so many. Everybody, boom, 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 boom. I mean,
Wasn't
Victor
Brendan Elliott in
Webster
there too?
popped up in there. And Brendan Elliott, Aaron Krakow was in Castle. I mean, anybody you can think of that's a Hall star
Yeah,
has guested on Castle.
yeah.
That was a lot of fun to see.
I annoy my husband because when we're watching shows that I know film in like Vancouver and places like that, and I'm like, Hallmark, Hallmark. I'll point out actors. I'm like, they're in Hallmark movies. They're in, and he's like giving me a look like, okay. But then I also let him know about certain shows coming back because I'll follow along and see what's on production lists and things. And like, he
Oh
liked this
yeah.
movie called The Beekeeper with I can't,
Mhm.
Jason Statham I think it's his name, action movie. And I was like, yeah, by the way, I saw Beekeeper 2 is on the production list. They're gonna make another one. He's like, yay. So he likes when I
Yeah.
look at stuff like that
See,
and find out.
see,
Like
yeah,
they're
he
making another
appreciates.
season of Reacher, and my husband loves Reacher. So it's a Prime show. So
Okay, I haven't seen it.
and he's very tall, like that actor,
Okay.
Alan Richson or something, and he also works out like bodybuilding kind of stuff. He used to do like he does like weightlifting and all the things. So he kind of likes that character because he feels like that's in his wheelhouse of fun stuff to watch. So yeah, and I'm going to ask you a few rapid fire questions,
Okay.
and
Did it.
so give you a stretch break or whatever to get ready.
All right, all right, all right, all right.
Okay, these are all pretty easy. First, what is your
Okay.
favorite holiday?
Christmas.
Christmas. And mine too, but my birthday is around Christmas also, so it's very hectic, but I love Christmas. Everyone's just in a happy mood at
Mm-hmm.
Christmas when they're not, well, not everyone, but
I
most
mean,
people.
you can't. I
How's
mean,
Chicago?
you can't beat it, especially when you've got kids. You
Yeah.
know, it's the best.
And I bet Chicago is beautiful at Christmas with all the decorations.
It is. It is. And like they do in big cities, they light up the skyscrapers,
Yeah.
right?
I
Red and
love it.
green. Mm-hmm.
I love it. Being in a small town, I don't see much of that. I have to, that's a part of the city life that I do love, is all the bright lights and the decorations and everything like that. So that's amazing. What
Yeah.
is your favorite movie of all time? And it could just be anything. I mean, five come to
Uh,
mind for me, so it's I just pick one sometimes.
pro. I mean, probably The Fugitive. Did you ever see that? Harrison
Mhm.
Ford
Yeah,
back in the '90s, The
yeah,
Fugitive. And I watched that movie dozens and dozens of times. And anytime it's on TV, which is often,
yeah.
I'll stop and watch. I love The Fugitive. It's a
That's
great,
awesome.
great mystery. So well acted. It's in Chicago. It's based in Chicago. Um,
That's
I
awesome.
love that movie. Rom com wise, probably like The Proposal.
Love the
Sandra
proposal.
Bullock, Ryan Reynolds.
That's one of my tops too. Love it.
I mean, I'll anytime, I'll turn that on and
Betty White
makes me feel good.
by the she's so hilarious in it, but that fire pit scene when Sandra Bullock comes down
Yeah,
there and starts going to the window, to the
I know
wall, and I won't continue,
that's
but
wild.
oh my gosh. That is hilarious. I love that movie so
It's a
much.
really, it's a really, really, really funny movie.
It is. It is so much. So yeah, I love the proposal. And one of my favorites is probably How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I love Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson. They're
Oh
just
yeah,
amazing. Just love them. What
agree.
is, yeah, and like of course, I mean Matthew McConaughey, I mean, he just can't go wrong with Matthew McConaughey anyway. And what is your favorite season?
Probably spring. spring. After the harsh Chicago winter, we deserve something nice. So
Yeah, I can
spring is always,
imagine.
spring I always look forward to.
Everything's in bloom, and it's really pretty around here too. In our small town, when everything starts blooming again, and it's all new. And
Yeah, it's great.
for a date night with your husband, which I know for you is probably rare with three kids, but do you prefer a fancy night out or just casual?
Man, I can't even remember the last time we did a fancy night out. I don't even know what that is.
More like
Casual,
fancy like Applebee's?
Yeah, real fancy like Applebee's. Real fancy stuff. So no, I mean if we see the opportunity, we'll take it. It's not like some big plan in advance, but we're like, let's go.
Yeah,
So
let's go
it
now.
would be definitely be something more casual.
Yeah. And a fun activity for your kids during the summer break.
So my kids are really loving anything having to do with water. So the pool, I mean, I don't know, it's just like the basic summer stuff. They love the pool. I just got them a slip and slide, which they just opened up yesterday.
Love a slip
I
and
know.
slide.
It's like those things still exist, right?
Yes,
But no, in our backyard we have a nice like grassy section. So it's just, long enough for a slip and slide. So
perfect.
it's
Like it was
great. And
made
slip and
for it.
slides, you know what? Slip and slides come with stakes now, like to stake it down. When we were kids, you just went.
You just went flying out. Hope that you had enough water on it,
I
not to
know.
like, tear your skin off. Yeah, I had the big banana yellow. Are they still yellow?
No, I mean the one I got was blue. I don't
Oh,
know.
look, they have different colors now. We had the like yellow one and we just pour all the water on it and just go flying. I would love to hop on that right now.
I know. I
So
know.
fun.
It's
Well,
hot.
thank
It
you,
is fun.
Aiden.
It's a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Yes. Thank you so much, Aiden, for taking the time today. I know you're very busy, and so I really appreciate you coming on to talk with me on Southern Sass Chats. And I
Well,
hope
thank
you
you
have a
so
great day.
much.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Angie.
Thank
You
you.
too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.